6 years ago, there were only about 15 students at the Mount Eden High School Choir in Hayward. The school had 13 different choral music directors in 15 years. But in 1990, Ken Rawdon arrived and something magical happened. There are now about 150 students in all kinds of choral programs here. The school has a men's choir, women's choir, a cappella choir, show choir, and an impressive list of awards and trophies from competitions all over the state.
My name is Jim Grissom, and I met Ken Rawdon in 1996 when my son chose choir as his extracurricular after-school activity.
I'm Peggy Grissom, and that's when I met Ken, when our son decided to be in the musical in 1996. He's a wonderful man. He's very kind, very generous, very quirky.
Very quirky, has a great sense of humor.
And I actually met Mr. Rawdon back when I was a kid because my brother was in choir before me. I was in a couple of his musicals actually before I even started high school at Mount Eden. When I was in high school, we had a rehearsal from 7:30 in the morning, sometimes 7 o'clock in the morning, all the way till, it could be 8 o'clock at night some days. We'd come in on Saturdays, and he was always there, most of the time on time, but he was always willing to work hard and get things done.
One of my fondest memories with Mr. Rawdon was during my freshman year after our show choir competition down in Southern California. It was one of the first wins that I got to experience with the choir, and I remember seeing the faces of everyone else around and how the joy radiated from person to person and to Mr. Rawdon was just a heartwarming feeling and a feeling that I'll never forget.
I met Ken many, many years ago before I was even a member of City Council. I was involved in the Southgate Swim Club. One day one of the mothers suggested that I might want to go to a performance that the choir was doing at St. Jacob's Church. And I love music, my husband Rick loves music, and I talked him into going with me. Well, let me tell you, when we left that concert, our mouths were wide open and we were just in awe of what we had just heard. And we have been fans of Ken and his choirs ever since.
Hi, my name is James Monroe Eigelhart, and I met Ken Rawdon as a junior in high school at Mount Eden. I was a part of his show choir, and the best way to describe Ken is he's a caring, loving musician, because he really cared about the music. He cared about the kids, but he really cared about us being good at the music. And he wanted to facilitate a place where we could learn our music and to do it well.
If I had to describe Ken to a friend, I would say he's a genius musically, a very intelligent guy, great sense of humor, has a heart of gold, he loves his students, really loves the community of Hayward, and just an all-around great guy.
Ken seems to have that quality of being able to inspire young people and get them to work really hard to make something incredibly beautiful. I wish a lot more people had that quality and we would have great art and great everything in our society.
Mr. Rawdon is compassionate about his work, dedicated, just overall caring. He's always willing to help you out no matter what.
He's someone I look up to greatly. He's been a role model to me since freshman year, and he's taught me, and including the whole choir, that you should find something that you love, and that to me was the choir program because you made it so special to us.
He made it cool to be a part of a choir. It was always cool to be a part of the football team or the basketball team or the baseball team, and he made it cool to be in the arts. He made it cool to be a musician. He made it cool to be a singer. It was okay. It wasn't the nerd thing to do. It was the cool thing to do.
One thing that I really appreciate about Ken is he has a vision when he does a set, and he's able to translate that vision all the way through to the building of the set, the lighting. Not everybody can do that.
I think Ken's able to pull the best out of the students, and he gets them to give 110%.
One of the things that makes Ken special to me is that he's not materialistic. Here's what I mean. We were just starting with our show choir. He took the four of us to a competition. And like I said, all he cared about was the music. So we learned our music, we practiced our music. But on the way there, we were driving in a car with no radio, almost no air conditioning. He didn't care about materialistic things that could have made it comfortable to get to the place. All he cared about was us getting to the place. I still tease him about that to this day. Hopefully, he has a car with a radio and an air conditioning.
Well, Mr. Rawdon allowed me to become a leader. I was president of the choir for my senior year of high school. Being in choir at Mount Eden really gave me a love for it. I mean, we got to travel the country competing.
I so admire you, Ken, for what you have done for so many young people in this community. You have given them a voice. You have given them confidence to get up on stage and sing. You have taught them the value of teamwork in putting on productions every year.
And because he has been teaching for such a long time and he's had so many students that look up to him, that everything that he's taught us will carry on as we grow older. And I hope retirement's treating you well.
I love everything you've done, still do. It's going to be some big shoes to fill since you're gone. But we love you so much, Mr. Rawdon, and I wish the best for you in retirement.
You know, like Harold Hill and the Music Man, sometimes I just can't imagine what this town would be like now without Ken Rawdon here to inspire students to get out there and entertain our community.
What I personally would like to say to Ken Rawdon is thank you. Thank you. You helped me get into college. You helped me learn who I was as a singer, and it helped me become the guy I am today. Just in case you don't know, I'm the Tony Award-winning genie from Disney's Aladdin, and now also Thomas Jefferson and Marquis de Lafayette in Hamilton. And that probably wouldn't have happened if I hadn't met Ken Rawdon. Thanks.
1, 2, 3, ready, and. There's something about seeing a kid learn. There's something about seeing music change a kid's life that absolutely does it to me. For no particular reason, on any given day, we can be singing along and I'll find myself in tears. For no reason. No reason. They didn't do anything special, except they could just be sitting there singing and I could just see them enjoying it. And it really means a lot.
And so tonight we salute Ken Rawdon for sharing his heart and his love of music with young people.